All right, my opponent is going first on Rescue Ace. Really interesting opening, going for the Reforce. Really telling me, hey, I'm relying on this Hydrant. He's going to activate the effect of Rescue. That means I have to stop the Hydrant from resolving his effect first. So that is exactly what I do. Negating that Hydrant, Airlifter isn't going to be able to help out the Hydrant whatsoever. He's going to get his Linkuriboh out. He's going to set 2 and pass. 50% win rate with the Linkuriboh is interesting. We're going to use Yatta, and we're going to see our opponent tries to bring back that Hydrant. I'm going to use Called By, get rid of the Hydrant, so I won't have to worry about that for my opponent's next turn as well. Now with Yatta, we're going to be able to grab our Cyclone. Wind is going to be the card I use here to get out Benmoku. Benmoku effect's going to get Porcupine. Porcupine is going to bring out the Wind, so we have the Wind for next turn. Now we're going to go into our Link 2 of choice. Even with the current situation, I feel like it is smarter for me to play kind of floodgatey instead of going for an aggressive pull. Benmoku and Porcupine in the Pendulum zones. Our zones are open, meaning we're going to be able to summon our 2 Ojama and MAJESPECTER Pegasus. These 2 are going to be able to bring out a few cards, but we learn that our opponent has other plans. With the Nibiru, that is his other plan. We're going to get the MAJESPECTER Pegasus, getting rid of the Cyclone, and getting a second win for our next turn. I'm going to set Imperm in the middle column, play the field spell, and end my turn. My opponent opens up Airlifter. That is an easy Imperm. And we're kind of now relying on defending ourselves with these MAJESPECTER wins. Now he uses the Reinforce to defend the Airlifter, but he reads the card wrong, so it's not going to help him in the situation he wants. Now I'm going to take this 30,200 damage so I can activate one of the wins during this turn and be able to save the next win for the next turn. That baits out a trap, which honestly I feel like is a really good trade, especially because our Pendulum zones are completely fine as of right now. Our opponent's going to reveal the Rescue to add back to the Monitor, right? That's Monitor? Yep, I believe so. Yep. And he's going to get himself a trap to hand. We're going to chain Porcupine to that, and we're going to go into... we have so many options here. Porcupine to get the Wind first, of course. But we're going to set up a Link 3 here, meaning we're just going to bring back a bunch of guys. And I feel like Celine was the best Link 3 option here, because we don't have a monster in hand for the other Pendulum zone. Using Raccoon and Porcupine on the Pendulum zone, we're going to bring back all of our dudes. MAJESPECTER, Ojama, and Yatta. Now we're in a really good spot here. We're really just trying to maneuver our hand control, setting that Tempest just in case this does go to a turn 3, and getting rid of the Kirin. We're gonna go into rank 4 with the MAJESPECTER Ryu. That's gonna let us activate the Celine to then get the Kyuubi as well as Ryu to get our second copy of Kirin. There we go. Our opponent's going to surrender there after just constantly seeing our board improve. Alright, going first, we're going to open up with Ojama to get a MAJESPECTER Wind face down. We're going to use Yukashi here to get out our Ojama and our... we're going to get Nu out. That's what I meant to say. Get Porcupine and Ojama back to hand. And we're going to use these 2 to go into the Pendulum summon here. Ojama is just a really cool looking card. I honestly am just... I think it's a really cool card of this deck. We're going to add the trap second to use it as negate fodder. As well as we're going to grab that second MAJESPECTER Wind to use as extension here so our board can be even stronger. Now I'm pretty sure I still do pitch the Tornado. Yep, I do. We're going to have the Secret Village up. We're going to Xyz into rank 4. The rank 4 for this combo to work the way it does for more ignition during our opponent's turn, especially with Kirin, is to use Ryu to do it. Now, we haven't summoned Bonmoku at all during this turn, so we're going to sit there and have more ignition with that Porcupine. We're going to see our opponent set 3 activate an effect to send a light reptile. I honestly have no idea how this deck works. I'm assuming that's important. I'm going to Ash that. We're going to use the MAJESPECTER Wind here to get out another Benmoku, get the tribute for Ryu, and we're going to activate the Porcupine in hand. We're still in a pretty decent spot, I would say. We're going to summon out a second Kirin, and we're going to get a normal summon for our next turn. Also, recycling that MAJESPECTER Wind, our opponent's going to end there. We're going to draw for turn, switch to attack mode. I'm really trying to clear as much Pendulum stuff as I can before I go into a big move. He reveals the trap to recycle Imperm. Interesting choice. So I have to be careful of Imperm now. But I feel like I have a big answer to that. So I'm not really worried per se, but we're going to use Celine here. And we're also going to go into an SP Little Knight just to have it as ignition. Getting that Yata out, we're going to get MAJESPECTER Clone and screw the Pendulum Summon. I'm just going to go for as much of a big push as possible with Access Code. I feel like I got enough links in Grave where I can pop all 3 of those no problem. There's New, there's IP, and there is the Celine. To pop all 3, we can go for a little bit more. We can go for a Pendulum Summon of less fortitude, but still bodies. Opponent surrenders there. Alright, going first here. Summoning the Porcupine. Now, this is the cool thing about Wind. Any MAJESPECTER plus Wind is full combo. We're going to use Porcupine now. We had to go through 2 just to get this combo going, but that's fine. We're going to go into the link 2 of New. We don't really have a choice here, but honestly, the New combo is super strong. We're going to get our 2 Scales, and we're going to get our 2 Pendulum Zones. I'm going to put Kyubi in the back here, actually, because I want to get extra cards to hand instead of getting it set to the Pendulum Zone. I honestly prefer to keep all of the cards in my hand, so I'd rather pitch Tornado over Tempest. We get our Secret Village, pitch the Tornado, and we're going to go into our rank 4, the brand new MAJESPECTER Draco Ryu. We're going to set our 2 traps, keep the Called By in hand, and we're going to see what we can do here. My opponent reveals he is on, what's it called? Vampires. I'm going to use the MAJESPECTER Wind here to get out the Kirin, and I knew I pulled that trigger a little bit early. I could have got maybe some more card advantage out of it, but luckily for us, you can do it with Ryu to get the card advantage still. End phase, I'm not going to trigger the Porcupine. Our opponent's really relying on us attacking and us having no way to negate it. Funny part is we have an easy negate, super simple negate, so I'm not worried. We're going to use all 3 of our monsters to go into the link 3 that lets us special summon 3 from the extra deck Celine, and this is really good card advantage. We're going to get Bonmoku, and we're going to go into Access Code Talker. Access Code just gives us just that lethal push for a lethal that we needed, and we're going to also go into a link 4 here of our MAJESPECTER Paladin. Now, that was kind of a risky play, but I guess I do have the Yata, so I'm not really struggling. But we're going to also go into SP Little Knight, just to have a little bit more renewal. Getting rid of that New, we're going to destroy his monster, go to battle, activate the MAJESPECTER Tempest on chain to get rid of this vampire effect. And the game's going to be over there because he's going to surrender on the spot. Really didn't like how I negated his monster. All right, opening up the astrograph in hand is a pretty cool gimmick. We're going to use Yata to get our MAJESPECTER Wind, use the effect of MAJESPECTER Wind to get Benboku, as well as get our Porcupine. Now Porcupine's going to come out, use his effect to get the MAJESPECTER Wind. Now we're going to also get Kyuubi with the MAJESPECTER Pegasus field spell, and we're going to go into a Link 2. The Link 2 of choice is actually going to be Electromite here. We're going to show off a little bit of different movesets here. Getting an Ojama in the graveyard, we're going to be able to summon monsters 2 through 4. We're going to Pendulum summon a Ojama and a Porcupine, getting a MAJESPECTER Wind. Next up, we're going to destroy the Astrograph Sorcerer to trigger its effect to special summon itself. Very good. And we're also going to draw a card here. Really good cards. We have so many cards I want to play on the board, but we have to be careful here. Using IP as our second spot, we're going to have to take up some Pendulum Zones. Honestly, a big regret here, though, is me not placing that called by in the right zone. Now, I changed this MAJESPECTER Wind too soon. I should have waited for the chain to resolve before bringing out the Kirin, but live and learn. We're going to be able to bring out our we're going to bring out Appaloosa for 2 negates here. Also, shouldn't have brought Kirin out right away. I should have brought out something different. Now, my opponent is trying to show me he's on Centurion. Also, I saw that Destiny board. He is on a jumble of decks here. I have honestly no clue what I'm honestly facing or not. But I do have to be careful, though, because my own zones are blocked at the moment. Using the effect of Mirror Force, he is going to try to Mirror Force me. It resolves. Appaloosa still gets his attack off, but we still have 2 cards that I need to get rid of before I can continue comboing. Dark Resonator, looks like he finally realized he had no gas. Surrenders. Just wanted to show off that Appaloosa play. It's a pretty simple Appaloosa combo, but it's still available to you. Alright, our opponent's going first. 2 pieces of interruption. Looks like my opponent is setting up for a burn board. Not excited about it, but I'll deal with it. We opened up a decent hand. I'm assuming no interaction whatsoever, especially because my opponent is... I'm assuming... I see the card face down and all of these traps and stuff. I assume my opponent wants me to just flip that card up. I feel like I'm going to take a lot of damage if I do. So I'm really playing around it, and I'm going to try my best to summon the most crazy boards with also using as little resources as I can to do this. We're going to summon 3, get Yata, Pegasus, and we're going to be able to get our Majesty Pegasus spell, get rid of the Tempest, and also get the MAJESPECTER Cyclone. Now, I feel like the Cyclone is my solution to the problem, especially with Ryu, where I can benefit from tributing. We're going to tribute off the Porcupine, and I was right. That Needleworm bug would have took a lot of life points out of my situation, surprisingly. We're going to get rid of Nuo. We're going to detach a material to get Kyuubi. To try to get some follow-up for next turn. Hit my opponent for lethal damage with 4 monsters. Quick little painless game. Just be cautious and take cues from your opponent's boards. Really interesting setup though that he had. Didn't work, but interesting. Alright guys, in this clip we're going first. Our hand is absolutely perfect. Couldn't ask for anything better. We're going to use the MAJESPECTER Wind to special summon the Benboku, and then get the Porcupine to get the MAJESPECTER Winds back. Then we're going to go to our Link 2. I could have went for an aggressive play going into like Electromite, but we're going to stick to just New and try to get the Secret Village lock on this one. Benboku and the Fox in the Pendulum Zone. Going to be able to Pendulum summon 1 because I did misplay playing that Yata in the middle, but it's fine. We're going to use the field. We're going to use MAJESPECTER Pegasus to get the Secret Village. Then we're gonna go into the MAJESPECTER Ryu, end our turn there. So we have, I believe, 5 pieces technically interaction. Looks like our opponent is on Diabellstar. Now this Diabellstar activation really surprised me. I was like, I don't want, oh, he was controlling a spellcaster. Never mind, I understand now. Alright, so we're gonna use all of these effects to go into our combo. Our opponent is going to try to max C. I'm about to special summon a ton of monsters, so I don't want to really give into that. Alright, so the original Sinful Spoils gets negated, as well as we're going to get our Benbuku, get our Porcupine, and our Porcupine is going to get our MAJESPECTER wins for the next turn. Battle phase, main phase, he's trying to throw the evenly, but we know you have a card set, so not the biggest deal. Draw phase, we do draw a dead card. MAJESPECTER wins to try to get our KIRIN, and he's going to surrender there. Alright, going second, our opponent is playing the mirror match, which is funny. Looks like he opened up the field spell as his opening. Gonna use that MAJESPECTER Pegasus as his tribute fodder. MAJESPECTER Pegasus is gonna get negated. He's also playing Necro Valley, which is tech you could add. You know, you're not going into the graveyard very much. We're going to use Kyuubi here to get a normal summon off, since we did open up the MAJESPECTER wins. Going to go into the Bunmoku and get the Porcupine. Porcupine is going to get that MAJESPECTER wins, but it's going to get negated because of the Necro Valley. So I mean, sure, the Necro Valley has some synergy, but that is a big problem right there if you can't get your MAJESPECTER wins back. We're going to use Called By, or we're going to let this resolve. Called By couldn't be activated due to the, what's it called, Necro Valley. We're going to set 2 and pass here. Seeing what our opponent can do. He has Yata. We're going to chain our MAJESPECTER Tempest to negate the activation. He's still going to keep his Yata because they cannot be destroyed by card effects. But at least we do stop that activation. He's going to set 1 and pass now. Kirin's not really a card that's going to come out unless we use MAJESPECTER Wind actually to do it. We're going to recycle into a MAJESPECTER Wind, and we're also going to chain, go into a Bunmoku. Bunmoku effect, get the Porcupine effect. Going to go into try to grab that wins again. Battle phase, we're going to destroy that. And then main phase 2, I'm going to go into U. We played 2 of it, or we played 2 of it for a reason. Our opponent's going to realize I have nothing, and he's going to surrender there. That is the main reason why I did the battle first, just to stop, just in case that was a MAJESPECTER trap card. Alright, going first, this is a really good hand, opening up the field spell and Bunmoku. We're going to grab the Porcupine. We're going to use the MAJESPECTER Pegasus to get out the Yata. I want to get the wind out before I use the effect of Porcupine to special summon the Fox here. We're going to get a second trap. We're going to now special summon the Porcupine to get the MAJESPECTER wins. And we're going to link summon into a Link 2 here. The Link 2 is going to be the MAJESPECTER new. We're still going to go for the pretty solid combo. Just kind of playing defensive here. We're still going to be able to expand a lot though, which is nice. Going for a 2 and a 5. We're going to Pendulum summon 1 from extra and 1 from hand. I keep on playing in that middle column and it's really screwing me over. We're going to get our MAJESPECTER. We're going to use the Majesty Pegasus to get the Secret Village online. Ryu is here. We're going to set 1, use the Secret Villages too. So we keep the Majesty Pegasus just for other procs. Our opponent is on Ubel, and he's going to use these 2 to fusion summon into the Phantom. I feel like this is a perfect Tempest activation. Stopping a Phantom, that's a dangerous card, especially if he had other follow-up. We're going to get our KIRIN, use the effect of Wind to get rid of our guy. Gonna use Raccoon to get the Porcupine, setting this up for the next turn. Really good recursion this deck has. All right, we got an interesting hand here, really trying to show off pretty much everything except for our generic combo with the Draco Slayers in hand. Benmoku is going to come out, get our Porcupine since the wind is available. But this totally gives us access to a whole different play. We have so many good cards here that, or never mind. We go for new. Wrong clip. New, we're going to get our Porcupine and our Raccoon, and we're going to set the regular scales, go into a 5, or go through our monsters, summon, use Ojama Pegasus to get out 2 pieces. We're going to get the field spell, as well as we're going to add the Tempest Trap. Going into the rank 4 of choice, Ryu. This card is so good for this deck. I really like it. And we're also going to tribute summon to trigger the Ryu to get the Kirin. And this one will trigger to get the Pegasus. Now our board is pretty insane with Tempest, Wind, Kirin, Secret Village, Max C. Our opponent shows off some Blackwing summons, realize, hey, I have nothing. I don't know what I was trying to do. And he surrenders. All right, ladies and gentlemen, this is my MAJESPECTER list. Honestly, this deck was really interesting and fun. Really got me into, it's a pretty simple Pendulum deck to start off with. Can be a little tedious with the missing timing of the normal summon effects. That is the big thing I would be careful of. But other than that, this deck is really cool. I'm really enjoying the Floodgate line. It's pretty simple and it does the job really nicely. Another line that's possible is with heavy Electromite as well as Astrograph. Astrograph could possibly get you more resources and Electromite can get you a card. So I feel like it's a good plus if you somehow wanted to end on an Appaloosa and some kind of your MAJESPECTERs like Tornado and Tempest as, or even Cyclone as momentum for your opponent's turn. MAJESPECTER Wind is an insane card, being able to either special summon from deck if you tribute, or just special summoning from hand and graveyard. It is an extender. Just making it easy if you, let's say, don't have the right extenders like Porcupine, to still get out your Link 2 new. Honestly, deck was amazing. I had a lot of fun with it. I recommend it to any starter Pendulum player. I hope you guys enjoyed my showcase. Make sure you guys leave a like and subscribe. I'll be showing off some more decks soon. We play multiple genres and we try out everything. So I hope you guys are enjoying the content. As long as you guys are enjoying, I'll keep on cooking it up. See you guys.